Climate Denial Dilemmas, Superstorm Effects on the Texas Gulf Coast. Kit Kaysen. Weather patterns are becoming much stronger due to many changes in geographical, ecological, and environmental reasons. By gathering data and comparing weather patterns with results of damage, we can find a solution to avoid some of the long-term damage that these storms result in. The failure to find a viable, cost-effective solution through a single discipline provides ample justification for taking an interdisciplinary approach. After gaining an extensive amount of information, the various relevant disciplines are atmospheric science, geography, climate science, conservation, plant and soil science, biology, and economics. Most of the literature available for this research is very recent due to the worst flooding in United States history in Houston, Texas, when Hurricane Harvey made landfall and devastated the Texas Gulf Coast. Katharine Hayhoe, a leading atmospheric scientist at Texas Tech University, states that the oceans of 2017 are on track to be the third warmest on record. More energy and more power will be available to hurricanes in the future, enabling them to intensify faster if conditions are right, as well as become more intense. The preferred method for scientific research is quantitative research. The main reason for this partially is due to scientific experimentation methods that compare measurable statistical data to form facts and uncover patterns. Primary sources have been chosen are in the natural sciences and climate change theories. The research will confirm the relationship between superstorms, climate change, and economic stability for farms and growers. It is about gaining new perspectives and synthesis which will open up new insights to the problem. Studied the northwestern Gulf of Mexico coastal evolution for 3 decades. The research indicates that the increase in the rate of sea level rise coupled with diminished sediment supply and human intervention will severely impact coastal environments. It has been determined that the Gulf Coast sand supply needed to maintain the shoreline is lacking due to the river discharge and sediment supply decreasing. Dr. Emanuel wrote Hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico, The History and Future of the Texas Coast. He speaks about details about hurricane cycles, energy production, wind shears, as well as notable Texas hurricanes. Dr. Emanuel also shows that a hurricane wind speed of 130 knots, now expected on the coast of Texas once in 2,000 years, will occur on an average once in 45 years in the future. Submarine groundwater discharge will decrease as pavement expands and withdrawals from groundwater reserves are drawn upon. Saltwater intrusion into freshwater would be devastating to our crops and economic stability, and in many ways would change the food stability along coastal farms and ranches. Public policy and environmental management aspects of how superstorms such as Harvey take a serious toll on the availability of basic services such as food, income, and transportation are focused on. Without the aid of the community volunteers in a situation such as massive flooding, the economic ability of families to maintain income to feed family members becomes strained and impossible. Displacement is confusion about how they will continue to maintain a normal life and family structure. A call to action must be made regarding emergency call handling and services when disaster strikes. Geoscientist Robert Brackenridge at the University of Colorado in Boulder discussed some of the hurdles he has experienced to create real-time flood maps with limited satellites. First responders and food delivery must be able to locate areas flooded and areas food delivery convoys can get through the disaster areas. Brackenridge also shows that we must find easier ways to build maps that can assist responders in real time. The response of vegetation to climate change shows trends with potential important implications for agriculture and the regional economy. How communities react and adjust to superstorms and climate change is being studied. Preparation is being integrated into Federal Emergency Management Agency approved hazard mitigation plans. The need for integration of climate change in plans has come to the forefront after several destructive storms have struck coastlines in the U.S. Without this integration, communities will continue to see devastating loss regarding people, plants, and money. The impact of these storms has devastating, lasting effect on individuals that live day to day in ways that most people do not. Farms that flood lose a season of income, and losses of fresh food are seen in local markets. Not deliver food to the market due to transportation issues. It may cause a domino effect in economic terms. Hazard mitigation plans must be updated to prepare for the severity of superstorms and climate change hurdles in the future. Swiftwater rescues during Hurricane Harvey reached the 10,000 plus mark, which did not include animals and livestock. A significant amount of research shows that many factors such as land use, dams and levees, inadequate drainage infrastructures, and human factors have reduced the ability to contain and manage flooding from extreme water events. The Earth urbanization is making it difficult for the Earth to absorb water, causing flash floods. Agriculture production systems and food security will be severely affected. Predicted trends will create a production and food risk for subsistence farmers and for increasingly urbanized societies worldwide. More investment and effort is needed in areas of plant genetics and agronomics. Through the interdisciplinary research of plant and soil science, economics, and climatology, researchers have been gaining ground to gain a greater understanding of superstorms and their effects on plant science and economics. The conflicts that have occurred within the literature being used to address the problem are due to the different disciplinary perspectives of researchers. The common ground between the disciplines is the statistical data that each discipline uses to compile information for research. The difference is the perspectives the disciplines have. Some of the insights through the research are that the storms are getting stronger because of warmer ocean water, sea level rise, and warmer global temperatures. Researchers agree that our climate is changing and they can measure the results. To construct a more comprehensive understanding, our ability to change must be addressed. Our lives and ability to adjust to the times must not be in denial. Climate change, pollution, and costly fuel and transportation have a very high cost to society. The economic indicators are stunning. Storms will intensify and become more frequent. Society must choose carefully. Emergency management is being updated, and plant scientists are planning to find new strains and wild genomes for more heat-resistant species. Next, we need economists to act to help small business and farm owners better prepare for higher demands of food supply and local farms to use every means possible to protect and grow through the challenges.